Hello, friends. Friday night. Whew. Tell you what I've been doing all day and yesterday. Hardcore programming and troubleshooting. My eyes are tired. And this is the most website building I've done in a few years. It's not like I was right. I didn't write any code. But I had to do a lot of troubleshooting to get existing code working. And it's not trivial, actually, to get web hosting, to set up some servers, to set permissions, to get it all working. Sometimes it can go smoothly. WordPress is at a point now you just push a button and it's working. But if you buy a script that somebody wrote, lots of things can go wrong. Different versions of the PHP, some weird widget not installed with the proper version. I got dry eyes. I think I'm going to open up a website. I'm going to put the 4chan software on the ideas for Donald Trump. Maybe. I haven't decided yet. Doesn't really matter. I finally called it quits for the day. I took down BrightChan. That's the world's shortest lived website. 40 minutes. World's pretty weird right now. I do feel like 4chan is a consciousness. It's a higher level consciousness. It's a discussion most people don't want to have. It's basically you're being exposed to uncomfortable information that goes against the official narrative. And you'll read something, you'll be like, that can't be true. Dig a little deeper. Then you're like, oh no, I think that is true. Holy shit. And then you can't talk about what you just read with your friends and family because they're hypnotized by mainstream media. And they're like, are you becoming a conspiracy theorist? So they start to bully you because you did some truth seeking. They've really got this world right where they want us. Constantly fighting, friends and family picking on each other. Like my brother not being friendly to me. He loses too. He probably doesn't think he's losing, but morally he's losing. He might be like, haha, I got $1 million, Wayne, and you got shit. Let's talk about winning. And there's something called karma, And when a family is destroyed, like my family, nobody wins. Everybody loses out. They might think they're winning, but as time goes on, eventually it'll sink in what really happened. Hey, I'm not happy my father was a child molester. That's a bummer. I wish he hadn't done that. Like Woody Harrelson's father went to jail for murder. You know, if your parents go to jail, that's a bummer. But that's not who you are. That's just the situation you grew up in. We don't choose our parents. Our life is ours to choose, to do what we want with. I wouldn't recommend politics. It's been too hard. For the level of pain and suffering I've gone through, I could have easily run a restaurant and made a lot of money. You know, some things are, they're worth the difficulty if you're making a lot of money. But if you're not making a lot of money, it's not worth it. And there's definitely good people in the world. They're also smart to lay low and not be involved. You know, the smartest people might be the meek. They say the meek will inherit the earth. They've got a lot of gratitude and happiness in just having what they have. Small place to live, a family. Really nobody trying to steal their stuff because they don't have much. There's not much to steal. I watched, let's talk about the drone. So I want to build a drone. If this is a acreage like land, I want the drone to zigzag back and forth. I want it to cover every square inch and then take photos perpendicular. I don't want to write any of this software if I don't have to. And I did some research, and this is actually a common request. And they've even got some nice language for it. Topography, mosaic. Yeah. So if I'm lucky, I might be. There's definitely some software some of it's commercial and it's very expensive, upwards of $10,000 per license. And they're like, if you know how to use GitHub and you can get it going yourself, then you don't have to pay. So there's lots of open source drone survey software. Also, I watched a guy build his own little drone. No, the drone was like this 10 inches or so. And I'm not going to make a small one. My drone will probably end up being 2 to 3 feet wide. It's going to be a big drone because it needs to carry something kind of heavy. I'll definitely make it as small as possible. But there's a few things I have to learn. So I'm going to build a prototype that's small and using Arduino. And it's going to do two things. It's going to fly with a remote control joystick and a camera. That's one mode of operation. And the other mode of operation is autonomous, where I load the coordinates into the drone and I hit, like from a laptop, and I hit launch and go, and it just goes over and starts doing the survey. It doesn't need to communicate with me while it's doing its business. When it's done and it comes back, I'll be able to download the information so I can process those images. That's really fun. And I'm kind of excited to use my oscilloscope and all my electronic stuff to build it, because there's a lot of soldering and different electrical things. I might have to buy a 3D printer, one of those ones that uses plastic filament things. They're only about 100 or 200 bucks these days, and there's lots of used ones because somebody's buying the new one. So that will, I'm not even ready to make that purchase yet. But I remember a friend up north, he was making stuff, and he had all kinds of troubles of like the base, like just that first layer, and the temperature. If the temperature wasn't right, things got all fucked up. And so now they got them in little glass cabinets with heaters, and it helps keep the temperature in the right zone. You know, do you know about this technique for making, it's called loss wax casting, and we could make this out of wax, and then put ceramic on it, pour liquid ceramic, and this would be stuck inside the liquid ceramic, but it's wax. And then you make a couple like drinking straws, fill holes, and then you put that in a furnace, and the wax leaves, it melts, it leaks out. That's why it's called loss cast, loss cast, wax loss casting, wax loss casting. The wax is lost, and then you cast it. So once all the wax is gone, you pour in the metal, and then you let it cool, and then you break off the plaster of Paris, and then you have a really good copy of it. Well, with the 3D printers, one of the plastics is a consumable in fire. So instead of using wax, you can use a 3D printer and come up with some very intricate shapes. So that's cool. I still didn't make my Amazon purchase, but I was nearly ready to do it on Wednesday. I was like, wait another day. We're at 400 bucks right now of stuff. Laptop battery, laptop charging port, 2 more video cameras, 2 infrared floodlights for at night, electrical cords for the floodlights, 100-foot long OBX. No, it's a CCD camera cable. It's got like a push and then a turn. I forget the name. BNC. It's a BNC with an audio cable. So now I'll be able to record audio. That would be nice. So my one camera, I only have one camera that records audio. And my crimper, I bought 2 crimpers. One looks like bolt cutters for AW8 down to 0, and 0's thick, like your pinky finger. And those are for making electrical connections. Like I might end up spending 200 bucks on wire just to get all the electricity set for this. I hope not, but I could. And then crimp the little metal things to put on the wire. My shunt, the shunt is really exciting. It will tell you how much voltage is going in the batteries and how much is leaving. It's got Bluetooth, so I can, on my phone, I can be just any time of day, I'll be like, oh, it's doing good. I did the math on my batteries, and they're 2.4 kilowatts each, which is, so I've got like I have a 12,000 kilowatt battery capacity. almost 12,000 kilowatts of lithium ion phosphate, which is pretty nice. It's quite a lot at 24 volts. Well, the voltage doesn't matter. It's just the kilowatts. Kilowatts are kilowatts. Think of them as units of water kind of thing. A bullhorn? Step away. This is private property. One of those pylon. It's got a woo woo. It's got a siren. It's got a strobe on it. It's like 30 watts. Shoots up to 500 feet of distance. I might buy a 72 degrees Celsius thermostat for the Mercedes. Oh, hood clips. My insulation on my hood of the Mercedes is falling. Like, I got to use a stick to shut my hood. I really love that car. It's so cozy. I do have a problem with the fan. I don't want to work on that right now. Maybe next winter I'll spend time getting my air conditioning working. I don't know. What else? Jessica's doing good, so that's good. Her kids are happy. Wow, I'm looking at a picture of Monaco. I'll show you. In France, where all the rich people hang out. So, those are rich people. Look at that swimming pool. And that's obviously a harbor. They do the race on here, and there's the tunnel. That's the tunnel that the Formula One cars go through. Oh, I'd like to see that someday. That'd be something I'd love to see. Oh, I did I just highlighted all the text on 4chan, and I threw it into Grok, and I said, give me the top most used words. I gotta read it to you because it's actually pretty good. If you've ever built filters, you know, it's kind of like I use the filters to tell me, like, well, I filter information. Like, no Israel, don't care. No Jews, no Ukraine, no trans, no bulldog, no Trump, no women. I'm just raw dogging it over there, looking for the raw news. Come on, Grok, speed up. Oh, I downloaded FileZilla today. And that's nothing special, but it is it's integrated development environment, IDE, so it's all visual. I was using command line all day long. Terminal, what a fucking nightmare. Just makes your eyes fall out of your head. Oh, that blonde lady, the 17-year-old who was fucking the prince, she got hit by a bus about a month ago, and she committed suicide, apparently. She had some really bad bruises. She was driving a car, and a bus hit her. You know, a lot of people are speculating that she was murdered. Well, she probably was. Like, she's a pretty woman. She probably got paid for the sex. Maybe she fell in love, but I think she got money from it years later, like some hush money. But she can't keep her mouth shut. So, if you're going to do business with the mafia kind of thing like that, just learn to shut up. I think everybody knows if you're in the drug business, you got to be careful. When it's an illegal business, you can't go to the police. So if you rob somebody, the only recourse they have is killing you. And that's actually fair. I mean, if you can't go to the police, then you got to take the law into your own hands. I'm looking for the post I did here. Oh, search Grok. All right. Oh, here we go. Yay. Okay, I'm going to read to you the top 50 words. Final list of the top 50 words. Here is the ranked list of the top 50 words based on the estimated frequency, sorted by count, descending alphabetically for ties. Trump, president, 4chan, India, back, white, American, bored, pull, fuck, culture, West, China, Russia, liberal, economy, people, world, news, political, Hitler, Nazi, Jannies, the Jewish signature of a circle, Jeets, glowies, threads, posts, new, time, day, war, government, power, Canada, think, good, life, country, Reddit, site, real, guys, vote, states, global, history, Pahits, shit, and right. That was kind of interesting. I'll tell you what my filters are right now. We got 16 Jews, we got 9 Israel, we got 5 women, 4 Ukraine, ho-hos, 0, and 2 kills. All right, we're at 4chan right now. I'll see if there's... Lady just found out her boyfriend was homosexual and had a friends with benefits. Oh, Jeff Bezos is making a $20,000 truck. And it looks really cool. Let me show you. That's the nice truck. And it's all basic. Like, I don't know if you watch Michelle. I've talked about this truck needs to exist. Like roll up windows and just whatever's required by law. Speedometer, gas gauge, and that's it. Like, and make everything else extra. And that's exactly what he's doing. I'm super happy about it. This picture of a really obese woman. I'm so tired of these fat whales are on either side of me at the bar at the moment. How can curb this disgusting epidemic? Well, clearly she's got money to be hanging out at a bar. She's there for sex, believe it or not. So, slam piggies. I think you should just pick them up. Buy her a drink. Say, do you mind if I buy you a drink? She'll be like, sure. After you get talking, you can be like, if you want to buy me a drink, I might accept it. And after that drink, I might buy you another drink. Back scratch each other all night long. Should we order some food? Oh, that's a good idea. You think they have ice cream here? Oh, her eyes light up. Fat girls are easy to please. Guess what fat girls like? If you chose food, you'd be correct. If 4chan weren't dangerous, no one would have taken it out. Somebody says, is no one going to address why we don't need emails to post anymore? Oh, I had some good ideas. Well, I thought they were good ideas. But basically, a 4chan-like system that's members only. You can be anonymous, but you have to have a paid account to post. Pay with Bitcoin so nobody knows who you are. Nobody posts for free. I might build that, actually. Might be lonely for a while, just me posting in there and Jessica. But eventually somebody will be like, I'll give you $20 or $5 a month so I can shit post. Paid shit posters. It'd be around your own people who value shit posting with other people who can pay a monthly fee. Don't want to hang out with those bottom feeder scum. Free shit posting. What kind of person are you? Have some respect for yourself. We can I'll end up creating the elite shit posters. They pay money to shit post. Don't worry, I'll keep it anonymous. Ooh. It just occurred to me, since I have the source code for 4chan, it might include the source code for paying for Bitcoin. I don't know how to hook that up yet. Where you pay Bitcoin and then it automatically turns on the account. It's usually some kind of network it's a network permission account. Like on Microsoft, it would be called what is Microsoft has a name for their users. Like if you're the administration for a company with 1,000 people, you Active Directory, that's what it's called. And I just clicked on the lib and git directories were omitted. Oh, okay. In the 4chan source leak, so it makes almost impossible to recreate the site without a lot of engineering. Well, but I have it, and I think I saw a SQL list. They're framing it here. Feds lost, 4chan won. Hey. Little mouse just climbed straight up the wall. Oh no. What happened here? I don't know. I'm not sure what happened, friends. I put it on power. We're at 44% power. This eye is dry, but I drink coffee all day. I got some new medication and it's really working. I was working like a dog today. I had incredible focus. But it might have just been motivation. I don't know. Yeah, there's nothing much going on there. You got to watch some videos on the Freemasons. These guys are up to no good. All the more reason to join them. Hang out at their meeting like, hey, I won't tell anybody if you don't tell anybody. Damn right. High five, Lambright. Welcome aboard. The movie secretly filming at one of San Francisco's oldest diners has been revealed. It looks like it's in the Richmond on Clement Street. Let's find out who it is. Oh, talk about a slow news day. Unlikely San Francisco neighborhood gets its close-up in a highly anticipated new indie movie. All right. Stills from the movie Outlander, shot in San Francisco. Richmond District, yep. I was right. Oh, at the Lucky Penny Diner? No way. Which is next to Trader Joe's at might be Aguelo and Geary. There's like a 6-story storage, like public storage place there. What a fluff piece. It's just an excuse to pre-advertise the movie. Oh, they're at the pinball. They're at the I gotta show you this. There's a pinball place in San Francisco. I used to go play there. Right here. See all the pinball machines? Where is this? Brian would know. That's on Clement Street, it looks like. The Bitter End, which is a like an Irish bar. Wow. Well, that's smart. Like the city of San Francisco should encourage more movies to be made there. People are so fascinated with Hollywood like it's special. It's just a trick to give you for you to give them, what is it, $20 a ticket now? You can watch it for free from the library. I launched Bright Chan this morning, and then well, I said Murphy's Law is this. If I don't launch Bright Chan, 4chan won't come back. But if Wayne wastes all this time launching a new site, then the moment I launch it, 4chan will come back. And that's exactly what happened. I launched it at like 11 o'clock this morning, and by 11:30, 4chan was live again. Oh, so there's a lot of assholes that will try to fuck with your site. So it's not fun running. I don't want to be a babysitter. I don't know what percentage of the 4chan community are criminals, but these people have severe mental illness, and I don't want to deal with them. I would just, it would be, what's the most diplomatic way to say this? Most of them should be lined up against the wall and shot. They're the scum of the earth. These people they shouldn't exist. They're extremely mentally broken. This is why I support eugenics. Yeah. You know, when I didn't get that the medical thing, that shot in the arm where most people got it, because I know about eugenics, all right? And I'm not so sad about it, because I could see the writing on the wall. So most of my enemies, they got the death blow. I'm not bothered by it. I tried to warn certain friends, they didn't listen to me, and now they're dying of cancer. You had a chance. The signals were there. Like right now, I'm telling you, there's a really good chance America's going to have nuclear war. Why do I think this? Well, Russia's got an equal amount of nuclear weapons and a huge base of really smart people. Really smart. Master's degree, PhD, like they come from a family of smart people. Yeah, you got the average Russian alcoholic too, but we got our hillbillies. I think Russia, they're only about 40% of our population. They're 154 million, and we're 350 million. But don't underestimate the Russians. They're stronger than we are. They have to live through those brutal winters. We're pansies over here. And we've also been dumbed down with bread and circus. And so we're fucking fighting a war with them. We're antagonizing them daily with this Ukraine war. We started the war. And so 500,000 Russians have died, at least. Do you know how much animosity that's creating? A lot. And we're backing Russia into a corner. So, Sun Tzu Art of War says, well, they're going to do everything possible to avoid an overt armed conflict. Overt means you can see it with your eyes. So they're going to run a covert armed conflict with us. They're going to do a secret World War III behind the scenes, and not on Russian soil. They're going to do it on our soil and Europe's soil. They're going to disrupt financial markets. Certain ships are going to blow up. You're not going to get your oil or your fertilizer or your grain or your chips. They're going to do everything possible to slow us down. They're going to throw a stick in our spokes. If you haven't heard of Yuri Brezhnov, you got to learn about this guy. He talks about cultural subversion. And when you listen to one of his speeches, they're about an hour, but it's fucking edge of your seat knowledge. You're like, holy shit, all this is going on right now. And it's been going on for like more than 30 years. That's the Russians doing it. The Russians, I listened to I had to read, it was a 1-hour speech from some Russian general, and I had to read subtitles. But there's a large group of USSR older Russians who want revenge for what America did to them. So before they die, they want to deliver a coup de grace, a death blow to America. And they've nearly done it. I also think that Israel was created to be destroyed. So because of Albert Pike's letter, 1876, it says the Third World War is fomented between political Zionism, Israel, and Arabic Muslims to complete annihilation. No winner, no loser. But during this conflict, the Arabs drag in the Muslims and the Jews drag in the Christians, and everybody's fighting globally. So it started with Gaza, and this isn't fucking over. It's just begun. You think it's bad now? It's going to get worse. There's that meme from the Seven Samurai. The bad times have only begun. Maybe you should buy a new car, because as soon as the war starts, you can stop your car payments and you'll have a good car. Buy a new car, just move to Mexico, quit making payments. Somebody in Mexico will know how to get a title for you or whatever. I'm getting a neighbor. He's moving in within a month. It's really exciting. He's the guy who can give me the water. Well, I'm so tired, and it's midnight, so we should call it a night. Little mouse over there, just farting around. You know, 4chan going down was good. It made me realize how much time I'm wasting on there. And it made me realize what do I get out of 4chan? I get humor. It's the humor. It's the memes. I also get my news digested for me from autistic people. I just like going to the reply count and going, no. Oh, that's interesting. No. Most of it I ignore. Yeah. I like do it yourself. I was over there asking questions today, getting answers. Yeah, do it yourself is really helpful. Apparently the food section, which I've never been to on 4chan, is gone. No more F. I looked into using the API in Twitter. It's really expensive. I wanted to build a taco finder, and it would just be the last week's worth of tacos on Twitter. Brian said he might build it, or not Brian. Yeah, Brian. But then he was like, I don't know. He never finishes anything. Fucker. All right, friends. I'll talk to you later.